attack on an ICE facility, a gunman opening fire from a nearby rooftop, shooting 3 detainees who were in a van, killing one before turning the gun on himself. Anti-ICE was written on a bullet found near his body. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons just telling Fox.
The rhetoric and just the comments, disgusting comments made about ICE officers, their families, and what we do for mission is really spurring all of these attacks, and it's only going to get worse.
Last month, a man was arrested for a bomb threat at the same facility, and in July, a shooting at a different detention center southwest of Dallas left 1 police officer injured. At least 11 people are charged in that attack. Vice President J.D. Vance calling political violence out of control.
You don't have to agree with my immigration policies. You don't have to agree with Donald Trump's immigration policies. But if your political rhetoric encourages violence against our law enforcement, you can go straight to hell, and you have no place in the political conversation of the United States of America.
Vance had a previously scheduled event in North Carolina. The Texas governor posting earlier that the shooting will not slow the arrest, detention, and deportation of illegal immigrants, emphasizing the state's cooperation with ICE. An effort to force states to cooperate with immigration enforcement has just been blocked by a federal judge, ruling it's unconstitutional and unlawful to make grant funding for emergency aid contingent on cooperation. The judge siding with 20 Democrat-led states and D.C., which sued in May. President Trump has a 21-point plan for Mideast peace. An envoy, Steve Witkoff, says it's been presented to some leaders at the UN this week, also telling reporters the U.S. is hopeful of announcing some sort of breakthrough on the war in Gaza in the coming days. The Dow, down 171 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Loved ones are suing the government and airlines over the deadly January collision between an Army helicopter and a regional jet over Washington, D.C.
The family of Flight 5342 victim Casey Crafton filing the lawsuit against the FAA, the Army, American Airlines, and its regional partner, PSA Airlines.
His honesty, attention to detail, and standard of safety was second to none. Yet because of systemic failures and reckless disregard for safety, his life, along with 66 others, was taken.
Daly Crafton reading a statement from his brother's widow, Rachel, who notes the father of 3 worked in the aviation industry.
The FAA allowed this environment to exist, knowing that there was massive congestion and these number of near misses.
The family's lawyer, Bob Clifford, explaining the allegations include corporate negligence, pilot error, and air traffic control issues.
Fox's Christian Goodwin, as the NTSB investigation continues, changes in protocol have already been made around Reagan National Airport. Xcel Energy just confirming it expects to pay more than $600 million to settle lawsuits claiming it was responsible for starting Colorado's most destructive wildfire in 2021. The announcement coming just before jury selection was set to begin. A March Madness legend retires. Sister Jean, longtime chaplain for Loyola Chicago men's basketball, retiring from her role on the campus at 106 due to health concerns.
Sister Jean became famous during the Ramblers' stunning run to the Final Four in 2018, where she could be seen cheering on the team in a maroon and gold scarf. She served as the team chaplain beginning in 1991 and published a memoir in 2023 titled Wake Up with Purpose, What I've Learned in My First 100 Years.
Fox's Joe Morgan recapping stocks back-to-back losses. The Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ all finishing in the red for a second day. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
I've seen Smart House.
I don't know what that one is.
You don't know Smart House?
What's Smart House?
We are different childhoods.
Clearly.
So, I guess we have some issues?
The Disney Channel original movie? It's got the mom from Sons of Anarchy. She's the AI.
You mean Peg Bundy.
Look at them over there. Men are such idiots.
Ty says, is the kid from Smart House the same guy from Luck of the Irish? You better believe he is.
What's Luck of the Irish?
Oh my gosh, Curtis!
Hey, idiot. The Irish. Is it like a Notre Dame basketball movie?
No, it's about a kid that finds out his mom is a leprechaun, and he has leprechaun in him, but his lucky coin has been stolen by an evil leprechaun.
That sounds like the movie Leprechaun to me. Did you ever see that one?
I want me gold.
Brink! Oh, tell me you've seen Brink, Curtis.
Do you have any other questions for me, counselor?
I don't know. Maybe I was busy. What the heck? I was busy watching PG-13 and up movies when I was a kid. I don't know.
And one time at band camp?
Brink is about a guy who's one of the greatest skaters, rollerblader.
Oh,
he's a blader.
Maybe I have. Keep going.
You've piqued my interest.
And he's got to figure out which team am I going to skate for? Am I going to skate for the the kids that are kind of like the good kids, and it's like our crew that we're kind of putting together?
Let me guess. The good kids, they're the underdogs. They're maybe not the most talented skaters in the world.
Yeah. Or is he going to go big?
Or is he going to go with the all-stars?
Is he going to get his sponsorship?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's good, because I thought we had a problem for a minute there, huh?
What we differ in film, we agree on sports, usually.
Sometimes.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. Evan's got all the Disney movies. I saw all the R-rated ones I shouldn't have been watching as a child. Terrible. Busy week for us, sir, because it's homecoming week.
Yes, it is. A lot of stuff going on this week.
Yeah, tomorrow we're live at Pia's. One of your last chances to score tickets for the sold-out game this Saturday at Memorial Stadium. That's tomorrow. Today, we got a busy one, man.
Yes, we do. We got a lot of people coming in.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
We'll start with Tristan Thomas from WCIA3. Going to come by a little bit later on this hour and talk with us about all the big games happening in the community for Friday night and Friday football fever. Boom, got it right. You're welcome, Tristan. And then a little bit later on, about an hour and change from right now, Robert Rosenthal will be in the studio with us as well to talk about the Illini game on Saturday and give us his insight. Always a pleasure to talk with Robert. Super knowledgeable. So we've got a fun one today. And also have confirmed, speaking of, I mentioned Pia's, tomorrow.
Yes.
Former Illini great, Mr. Kevin Mitchell, will be joining us during the first hour of the broadcast as well. So you'll be able to hang with us. You can stop by and meet Kevin, hang with Evan and I as well, and also get signed up to win some prizes. So that's the first hour of our broadcast from Pia's tomorrow. Now, we're there from 3 to 6 overall, but we're broadcasting live 4 to 6. So make sure you come on out for that. And what do you think, dude?
I'm ready for this week to get going.
Yeah? Well, we're here, I think. I mean, it's going, right?
It's
Wednesday.
It's going, but it feels like you get to Wednesday of the game week, and it's just like, come on.
Yeah, that's true.
Get there.
And you're looking for some sort of little nugget of sports to tide you over. So you're thinking, okay, there's a Thursday night football game tomorrow night. Maybe there's a handful of college games on Friday too, but the main event is Saturday.
And I drove by the stadium today, and out there in Grange Grove. We mentioned it yesterday, but they got Big Noon Kickoff is all getting set up.
Yeah.
Boy, it's quite the production they got over there.
And I saw online just before we went on the air that from Barstool, El Presidente, Dave Portnoy is going to be in town. So I wonder whose pizza he's going to eat when he comes to town. Any ideas? Whose pizza is he going to check out?
Jets Pizza.
Boom. That's who he should check out.
Yeah.
Who also has your chance to win Illini tickets with us right here on The Drive. All you got to do is text Illini to 217-359-2255 and get in the running for that as well. Good pull there. That's how we tie it all in together.
That's how we tie it all together. So a lot of people in town this weekend. Great opportunity to show off the great tailgating that we do here in Champaign, Illinois.
Yes, sir.
And to root on your team and show them that we're still behind them. We're still excited for this season and to get a homecoming win. So it's going to be good.
We'll get the USC perspective on things a little bit later on this week as well. Friday on the show just confirmed Michael Castillo, who works for Fansided, and he is the host of The Reign of Troy. It's a big deal in Los Angeles for USC fans. So we're going to have Michael Castillo on with us Friday afternoon, right around 3:20. He's going to talk about what the Illini and Illini fans can expect from the USC Trojans on Saturday and what he has seen during the Lincoln Riley era thus far. So lots to get to. We got a lot to cover on the drive this week.
Yeah.
And you're right. It does feel like we still have a full week in front of us, even though it's only Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. I'm really excited for tomorrow to get back out at Pia's. We were there before the season started. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
A bunch of people came out. We got to give away a ton of good prizes, and so to be able to do that again is going. I'm so excited.
Now
I'm so ready.
I know we have all sorts of goodies, but I have it on good authority that there's like a ton of, I think it's Illini umbrellas that they're giving away as well. I know they're umbrellas, and let me tell you, after sitting out in the rain for the kids' soccer game last night, definitely should have had an umbrella. Would have come in handy yesterday.
I'm going to say one of the defining moments of becoming an adult was having an umbrella in my car.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who put it there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, but it was there. I'm assuming my wife because she's smart. And when it starts drizzling, to be able to pop out and just grab an umbrella and show up somewhere dry, my gosh.
It's kind of nice, right?
So underrated.
You know what? And you also get to a point in time in your life where you go, oh, man, it's really sunny and hot out, and I'm going to be out here for a little while.
I might need an umbrella.
You know what? I'll put that aside first. I'm going to put an umbrella up over my head right now. I need a little bit of shade. There's no trees around. And there's no shame in your game. You're comfortable in your umbrella game when it's 105 outside and you need a little shade.
Yep. And anytime you can rep the Illini while giving yourself some shade or some rain cover, always a good thing.
Yeah.
So we'll have those tomorrow.
So a lot of cool stuff to give away, including, I was told, lots of umbrellas. That's the quote.
Lots of umbrellas.
Okay. So maybe there'll be a couple left over for me and you. We can part with one because I definitely could have used one yesterday.
Yeah.
Folks already chiming in on the Max Twin City Recycling text line, 217-359-2255, and including our guy Big Def. Said, hey, guys, I need to give you another Luke stat. Remember how I said the other day that Luke is in the top half of the Big Ten in average time to throw on all dropbacks, 2.74 seconds. I do recall that. And I just clicked on someone trying to win Illini tickets. I apologize.
He's top 25% of all
there it is.
FBS in average time to throw where he actually is able to get a ball off, a.k.a. not considering sacks and scrambles, 2.45 seconds. Good math there. Where do you figure that out? I'd just like to imagine, I know there's probably a website. I like to imagine Big Def with a stopwatch.
I mean,
watching every game.
He knows ball. And I know he's out in Pennsylvania, and that's just like, but they're telling me, man, I wish we could get Big Def in studio. Because I'm with you. He's probably got some sort of system where he's breaking stuff down. Maybe like a Gruden type. He's in the film room looking at it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I write 40, stack 10. That's bad.
That
Gruden.
was okay.
I didn't commit to the bit. It could have been a better Gruden. Could have been a way better Gruden. But no, Big Def, good stuff, man. We appreciate the text. And will you be at the Illini game on Saturday? Are you tailgating? I have it on good authority. Local legend, our good friend Uncle Lon. He and I were just talking a minute ago before I went on the air, and he's told me he's going to go watch Andrew pitch. I think Friday night, and then has this massive drive all the way back to get set up at 6:30. So hopefully he'll have the first brewski in hand by 8:30 on Friday morning.
Hopefully before that.
Maybe before. I asked him. I said, "Are you setting up for everybody, or are you just a guest?" He's like, "Oh man, I'm setting up."
That's what.
I was like, man, you are more of a machine than you realize, Uncle Lon, for all this stuff about slowing down and
slowing down in different places. Speeding up in others.
No, he's ready, and I know a lot of other people are. Big Def says he has timed Luke. There you go. It's unofficial, but
I have hand timed Luke,
and he does have more of an official source as well. So that's good stuff as well. Appreciate you, Big Def.
Is it you?
No, it's not me.
Oh, okay.
No, not me. No. But I have my sources as well. Everybody's got their sources, Everyone's got to have a source or two.
I don't have any.
Are you tailgating on Saturday? Are you going to the game?
I don't know yet. I mean, the goal is to do it, but we haven't set any of that stuff in stone. We've just been trying to get through day to day. So, the goal is to get out there and to be running around the lots and see the big noon kickoff and what all that looks like.
It is going to be a spectacle. And I know that some folks are still down after this past Saturday. This is going to be a spectacle. It's homecoming.
Well, it's time to get up.
And that's where I'm going with it. It's time to have some fun, man.
Yes.
It's time to have some fun, and it will be a lot of fun. The atmosphere is going to be great. This has been a game that's been circled for a while. And you knew, whether you're a fan, an analyst, a coach, whatever, a player, you knew that this is going to be a big one against USC.
Yep.
Jay Lehman sat in here a month ago and said, listen, I know they're not ranked right now. USC is way better than anybody nationally is giving them credit right now. And now here they are, ranked in the top 25, actually one spot ahead of the Illini going into homecoming on Saturday. So it's another one of those deals on paper. Looks pretty evenly matched, but the atmosphere should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to a packed Geese Memorial Stadium. Said it right the first time. How about
there we go.
That? See,
Come
I'm learning.
Now.
Everybody's learning. And I think the dynamic duo, my kiddos and I think we're going to try to make it out there for them. Going to double check the schedule, make sure there's no soccer going on where I'm going to have to, use one eyeball to pay attention to what's happening with their soccer game, and the other one to watch Big Noon and the game on my phone. But hopefully I'll have all my attention together.
I mean, it's also just cool. USC hasn't been here since 1996.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I saw that the other day.
It's just good to see new teams at Geese Memorial Stadium. Like, how often do you get to go to a game? And it's like, okay, Purdue's here all the time, Northwestern, whatever. But USC is coming to town. Lincoln Riley will be on the sidelines. And
let him hear it.
Let him hear it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Lincoln Riley has ever seen Brink? Yeah, no, he
probably
hasn't.
not.
Probably
no.
not.
I'm going to say no. He's too old.
Too old.
How old is Lincoln Riley?
He's old enough to have seen Terminator 2.
I guarantee he's probably seen Terminator 2.
Probably saw Leprechaun as well.
Okay. Another thing, the Cubs lost again.
Yeah. Any concern yet? That's 5 in a row.
I would like for them to not lose 6 in a row.
That's the opposite of the major league quote about that's what we call the winning streak. Yeah, they are on a losing streak, and
then also the Brewers stop winning too, and they let the Padres beat them. So it's a double whammy with the Padres catching up and the Cubs slowing down, and they're in danger of losing that wild card spot.
Any idea how your Reds are doing? Are they?
They lost yesterday.
Okay,
too. So they're now, because the Mets beat the Cubs and the Reds lost yesterday. So now the Reds. Don't say my Reds.
You picked them to go to the World Series yesterday, right here on this show, sir.
If they have to play the Brewers, yes.
They got it.
So if the Brewers lose to someone else, the Reds are not going to the World Series. Only if there's a lot of caveats with this bet, and I need everyone to pay attention to all the caveats.
Yeah.
Okay,
we were paying attention yesterday.
The Reds are only going to the World Series if they have to play the Brewers. If not, they're not going. So, the Cubs lose again, and who was it? Oh gosh, now I'm blanking. I wasn't in the Cubs' brain when I went this, but pitcher goes out with soreness yesterday after only 3 innings, and
not a great last stretch here.
Tucker's back with the team, but still not ready to play. So, it's a little bit falling apart. Not worried yet, but I am concerned.
Got a few concerns, maybe.
I'm paying attention.
Yeah, you're paying attention.
Put it like that.
Gotta pay attention. Tristan Thomas on the way in just a few. And, of course, Tristan from WCIA3 Champaign. He'll be in studio with us, give us a preview of all the football games happening this Friday night in your local community. He does a fantastic job covering all the games in East Central Illinois. And I haven't heard what the game of the week is, so we'll find out from Tristan in just a bit on that.
Yep.
And also other games to keep us up to date on. Hey, he's got to talk to me about my Paris Tigers, who were victorious this past Friday.
How about them Tigers?
I think they're sitting at 4-1. Now, he can correct me on that. Or here we go, Chris in Paris. Maybe he can correct me on the Max Twin City recycling test.
You're not going to like this.
What? Did he go back to Disney movies?
He did.
Chris, what's going on here? Not to bring up the Disney movies, but here he is. You forgot about the scary movie, Don't Look Under the Bed.
That movie freaked me out. Your imaginary friend becomes like a monster, like a demon figure.
You know what it sounds like? Sounds like a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, except, Freddy wasn't an imaginary friend.
Well, he existed in your mind when you were sleeping, though. But all right. Well, we'll dive into that. Did I see that as a kid? Maybe I did see that one. Don't know. We'll have to see, check IMDb for who was in it. Paris 3-1. Thank you for that one, Chris. That's what I was looking for on the Max Twin City Recycling.
They're 3-1.
3-1. Go Tigers. We'll talk with Tristan in just a bit. Plus, all your text. Any games you're looking forward to this Friday night? Who you rooting for? Whose alma mater? Your alma mater are you cheering on this Friday? Let us know. 217-359-2255. It's The Drive.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
There's a chill in the air, but you can still swim at Urbana Park District. Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center is open Monday through Friday for lap swim and water exercise. Swim laps are weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The pool will be open for public swim from October 13th through the 17th from noon to 5 p.m. Call 217-384-7665 for more information or online at urbanaparks.org. Urbana Park District. You belong here.
Trinity Home Medical in Central Illinois has you covered. For 22 years, they've been your trusted source for medical support. Now they're excited to offer continuous glucose monitors. No more finger sticks. Get real-time glucose readings to avoid dangerous spikes and crashes. Most insulin-dependent diabetics qualify through insurance, and they handle everything: insurance processing, delivery, education, and support. Call Trinity Home Medical today at 877-663-0202 or visit trinityyhme.com.
Check out the Urbana Market at the Square, 7 a.m. till noon, rain or shine at Illinois and Vine through October 30th. Get tasty sweet corn, melons, peaches, produce, and squash. There's so many local farmers with vegetables fresh from their gardens. Unique soap vendors with lovely scents, plus flowers and honey. Enjoy Food Truck Row as you fuel up for a great Saturday morning in downtown Urbana. Saturdays from 7 a.m. to noon, rain or shine. For more details, visit urbanamarket.org.
Well, I tell you what, though, A&R has been such an amazing, impactful company. Your grandfather, your dad, you've all gone through stuff. And your secret is what, John?
Well, I mean, you have to trust that you're doing the right thing, first of all. And you got to surround yourself with good people. And I think over the years, we've had some really good people that have been part of A&R. And, you know, we owe a lot of our success, if not all of it, to those people.
Neil, you could say A&R has built a great part of Champaign-Urbana. It's about people. Can you explain the culture, why people would want to work at A&R?
We've had several families where we've gone even 3 generations. And these guys are long-term employees. They want to stay with us. And it's rewarding to know that they want to be with us. We have their backs. They have our backs. And that's a unique perspective, I think, from anybody this day and age.
I'm positive because you're such a solid company. A&R Mechanical, a thriving leader 100 years later.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That's Evan Stone. Little good news, bad news, sir.
Oh, okay.
All right. Couple things. We'll just start with the bad news.
All right. Well,
I kind of lied. I didn't know I was lying a minute ago. I said Tristan was coming up in this segment.
Yep.
Tristan's held up. He's going to join us about an hour from now instead, which is fine. So we'll go back to back with Robert Rosenthal and Tristan Thomas.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
All the alliteration guests, RRTT. I love it. Love that that's happening. Some more good news to pass along in regards to our broadcast tomorrow with Pia's. If you're a fan of the Captain Morgan, sir, the Tail Great Tour with Captain Morgan is a part of our live broadcast tomorrow as well. So there'll be some Captain Morgan swag, some discounted cocktails, photo ops, much more. That is tomorrow again at Pia's, part of our live broadcast on The Drive. And also, some Illini sports news for you.
Yeah?
Shout out to women's soccer taking on Penn State. That is tomorrow night. So if you're looking for something to watch, kind of whet your Illini appetite, that is tomorrow
Come on now.
Big Ten Plus. Penn State coming into this one ranked 18th in the nation. So go Illini. Go ladies.
Okay. There's some big football games this weekend.
Yeah, you looking at something? Are we finally looking at something besides?
Yeah, let's
Illinois and USC, which of course that's the big one for us, right? But what else are you looking at?
Yeah, let's do a little wrap around the Big Ten in the country here.
Let's do it
because we got some big time games. So obviously USC Illinois is a game between two ranked teams. Illinois sitting at 23, USC at 21. Notre Dame travels to Arkansas, which I think is going to be an interesting game.
That is an interesting stop for
Notre Dame, of course, still ranked. And then Ohio State traveling cross country to go to Washington.
I have seen more than one person online, more than one analyst say this is a sneaky one for the Buckeyes. I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, Ohio State's sitting at the moment. They're only sitting at 8.5-point favorites. So this is one of the smaller spreads that they will have against the Big Ten team. And that's really interesting at 2:30 on Saturday. So early game for West Coast. We've got LSU and Ole Miss, number 4 LSU, number 13 Ole Miss.
Okay.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Auburn traveling to Texas A&M, number 9th. Of course, Indiana going to Iowa. Oregon traveling cross country Saturday night to play Penn State. So number 6 Oregon at number 3 Penn State.
I mean, I'm looking forward to that one. That'll be a great one, but it's a bad matchup for those. It's a great game, bad matchup for the Ducks.
Yeah. Number 17 Alabama traveling to number 5 Georgia. And so there's top 25. Just looking at those, there's some big games this weekend. Any of those excite you more than any of the? I mean, they're all going to be. It's going to be a great weekend, but. Any of those specific?
I want to learn more about Georgia. I keep saying this. I know where they are ranked nationally right now, but I feel like they continue to be overlooked nationally, which is very strange for the Bulldogs. It's been a while since they haven't been at the forefront of the discussion, so I want to keep my eye on them and Kirby Smart. I mean, that's a nice, as our guy Jay Lehman would say, a nice bevy of games. We've had
a bevy of games.
Well, just think about last week. You were talking about this is the schedule that we have been waiting for. It's finally there's a little something. Yeah, but this is a really good week. This has kicked up another notch, I think.
This is a big week. I think the biggest game with the most implications this weekend is going to be Oregon at Penn State on Saturday night. You got 2 top 6 ranked teams, both teams vying for Big Ten championships, both teams with national title hopes. Not just playoff hopes, but national title hopes. And so Oregon traveling across the country. We know what it's like for West Coast to travel East Coast. Those teams typically struggle. Is this a game that could really knock someone? Because I believe both these teams, if I'm going to effort this real quick. Oh, no. Oregon does not play Ohio State this year. So
lucky them.
Look at that. So this is a huge game
this is big
for
all around
Oregon.
Yeah.
Penn State does travel to Ohio State, and they host Indiana. And so they've got a couple big games remaining after this, and so it's going to be an interesting weekend. I mean, that's going to be a fun game to see. I'm sure this is going to be the whiteout.
It has to be. It would have to be, right?
Yeah. So not just whiteout energy, but actual whiteout here. IU, Indiana sitting at 7.5-point favorites at Iowa.
Doesn't shock me.
No?
No. Doesn't shock me at all.
Over-under feels low, 48.5.
I mean, maybe because Iowa doesn't put up points right now. Maybe that's the...
people say that, and I think that's a misnomer that might need to... Well, I guess this year we're back at it. But last year, I don't know if you know this. I'd have to double-check. I think Iowa hit the over on 11 of 12 games last year.
That's cool.
So that's cool. But I think that Iowa from years past, maybe we're not quite there. They put up some points against Rutgers. So Penn State is sitting at 3.5-point favorites over Oregon at home.
Will you have any rooting interest in that game, Oregon and Penn State? Is there a part of you that's going to root for the Ducks at all?
No, I think part of me actually will probably root for Penn State.
Okay.
There's a couple of reasons why. I kind of dig. I know Penn State's not original, but Penn State is still kind of that Big Ten feel.
Mm-hmm.
But since Penn State has bigger games remaining, I think that prolongs, because Oregon most likely will win out after Penn State.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid of them going with one loss, but Penn State themselves might trip up at Ohio State or hosting Indiana or something. I see more of that than the other way around.
Love to hear from you on the Max Twin City Recycling text line 217-359-2255. Aside from Illinois and USC, what are some of the big college games you're looking forward to checking out this weekend? We kind of laid ours out for you. And I'm trying to think there was what is the early slate for Big Ten game? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot. Do you have that in front of you?
No, I got it right here. So early slate. So there's only one game at the same time as Illinois USC.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Which the spread has dropped back down to 6.5 USC. So it's come back down a point. It was at 7.5 at one point. Over under of 60.5. That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
The only other game is Rutgers at Minnesota. So Minnesota sitting at -4.5. I might take the Rutgers there. Over under 51.5, and I might take the over there.
Save it for etched in stone, sir.
That's the 11 o'clock. Then you got Indiana, Iowa, and UCLA Northwestern. If you really like to punch yourself in the face.
That is find me a wall and let me headbutt it a few times. Just let me bash my skull off the wall 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, UCLA Northwestern at 2:30 as well, and then Oregon Penn State wrapping it up 6:30. So a lot of bye weeks for Big Ten teams this week. You got Nebraska on a bye, Purdue on a bye, Michigan on a bye. So you got some of those teams that are not playing.
This is going to be a weird question for you, sir.
I love it.
And it's a strange transition out of what we just said, but does the word buttload make you uncomfortable?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Big Dev says on the Max Twin City Recycling text line, Curtis, you should say buttload and not bevy to make Evan uncomfortable. He says, a butt was a real measurement in medieval times, something like 130 gallons of liquid that would go into a barrel. So you're really just saying a barrel load of games when you say a buttload of games.
Well, you know what? We're nothing but informative on this show.
Dude, I really, with every text, I'm like, man, I wish I could just have a beer with Big Def and just talk this sort of silly stuff.
Big Def, you need to make a trip back to Champaign so we can all hang out.
There you go.
They also say don't meet your heroes.
Oh, well, that's true too.
So,
but I feel like we would just get along. I don't think we're viewing each other as heroes. Just like, let's hang out and have a beer. You know?
Okay, all right. I was viewing Big Def as one of my heroes.
Have you met? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, then fine. You don't have to go.
He's on the Mount Rushmore. We'll just put it that way.
Randy in Urbana says, don't count Washington and USC out as big wins for Oregon. I think he means that we'll know after this weekend. Okay, there you go. Sorry, Randy. It's on me.
It's on me. Yeah, I would expect, we will see after this weekend, but I would expect Oregon to beat both Washington and USC. I don't think either of those would be surprises. I would be surprised if Penn State went to Ohio State and won that game. So that's why I'm thinking if Oregon won out after Penn State, I'm not shocked if they lose that game. If Penn State wins out after Oregon, I might be shocked.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give the one loss. If I'm rooting for 2 Big Ten teams to only have one loss, I'm going to give one to Oregon this weekend and then save Penn State's for later on.
You see anybody clipping Ohio State this year? We've kind of danced around that a little bit.
I think of all the years, I think Ohio State's beatable this year.
Yeah.
I think they've had a lot of turnover and they're still trying to figure it out. They're a good team. But I'm not. I think I'm more scared of some of these other teams than I am of Ohio State right now.
Interesting.
But still, to travel to Ohio State and win is a tough task,
Yeah.
and that's what Penn State's going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be shocked if you saw Ohio State travel and lose. So this weekend, that's why I'm really interested. This weekend, they're going out to Washington.
Yeah.
This is Washington's first big game, right, of the year. They haven't super played anyone
right
yet, and so I'm intrigued to see how that goes. They're coming off of a bye last week, but they've beat Washington State, UC Davis, and Colorado State. So like they really haven't done anything, and they haven't looked superb in all those games. But man, just traveling out to that West Coast, that's tough. Like that's just not an easy trip. Which I know Ohio State did it in the playoff last year, right? They went to Oregon or something, or went to the Rose Bowl and played Oregon and just
Oregon was
smashed them.
A higher ranked team, yeah.
Yeah, so I know that Ohio State can do that. But the fact that they're only 8.5 point favorites and you can get Washington money line for plus 260, which is not,
it's not that scary.
No. So this will be interesting for Ohio State this weekend. Coming out of this, they're home against Minnesota. They come here to Champaign, which they're going to lose that game.
Naturally.
They travel to Madison, not scared of that. They travel to Purdue, not scared of that. Host UCLA, my gosh. Host Rutgers, and then at the end of the year, of course, the game, they travel to Ann Arbor this year. So they really have, after Washington, 3 games left on the schedule. Here in Champaign, which is probably the least scary for them, hosting Penn State and then traveling to Ann Arbor. So,
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Interesting.
I would not pick them at this point in time. I would not pick them to win the Big Ten championship game if they win.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I think the next 3 weeks kind of sets the table for how things are going to play out. My humble opinion. Who's Notre Dame got again? Arkansas? They got to go down to Arkansas?
They're traveling to Arkansas. Still your number 23 ranked Notre Dame fighting football team at 1-2. Give them
a heater.
Good grief. Illinois goes on the road and loses to a ranked team, and they drop 15 spots. But Notre Dame can be 1-2 with a win against Purdue, and they're still in the top 25. They're traveling down to Arkansas, and they're sitting at 4.5 point favorites.
Go Razorbacks.
Over under of 64.5.
All right, I'm into it.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna have to really think about that one.
They're predicting some points. I think Notre Dame's going to cover that. I would take Notre Dame in that game.
I got to tell you, my streak this past weekend of doing A-OK when it comes to the money lines, like I hit a wall. It was just a break-even kind of weekend, which was disappointing. So, I don't know. I don't want to chase anything. I'm considering taking a weekend off, man. I don't know. I'm considering it. I don't know.
Man, you're a better man than I could never.
I'm thinking about it, though.
Yeah, Arkansas on a 2-game losing streak. They lost a close one to Ole Miss. That was a tough one. They went to Ole Miss, and I got burned on that one because I picked Ole Miss. And then they lost to Memphis last weekend. So coming back home to host Arkansas, to host Notre Dame at Arkansas. Notre Dame's, they got a lot to prove still. They're licking their wounds quite a bit, and I would not be shocked. I might take that Notre Dame 4.5. I might also take the under 64.5 there. There's just things percolating up in the old brain.
Are we doing etched in stone at Pia's
Easy
tomorrow?
Now, easy.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
If it fits in the show, yeah.
If we have time.
Yeah. If not, we'll hit it Friday.
I know we're gonna get to it. I was just curious if you thought you'd have the time and the preparation for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm always ready to go. Honestly, I could do it right now if I wanted to, but we're gonna hold it off for the weekend.
Yeah.
Auburn, Texas A&M is also intriguing. Texas A&M sitting at 6.5 point favorites. which I'm not sold. Texas A&M is ranked 9th. I'm not sold on them. I don't know if you ever could be.
No.
They beat UTSA by 18 points. They beat Utah State, who's terrible, by 22 points, and then they beat Notre Dame by 1 point, and that's got them at 9th in the country. So they moved up last week after a bye week. They moved up from 16th to 9th.
Gotcha. All right. Feel free to chime in on the Max Twin City Recycling text line 217-359-2255. We're due for a break. What are you watching this weekend? Maybe before or after Illinois and USC. It's The Drive.
PDR Automotive has now been serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 50 years. To give you some perspective, 50 years ago ended the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. So what does that mean for you and your vehicle? Whether you need a carburetor overhauled or your new vehicle computer system diagnosed or programmed, PDR Automotive has the experienced, knowledgeable staff that can handle all your automotive needs. Online at pdrauto.com, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
At Coach House Garages, buildings are more than just garages and backyard sheds. By combining your imagination with their experience, generations of Amish craftsmanship, and the finest quality materials, they build a garage that fits all of your specifications at a budget you can live with. To learn more about what Coach House of Champaign and Danville offers, visit them online at CoachHouseGarages.com or call at 217-351-9073.
More than just a garage. It's a Coach House.
In 1925, a small plumbing company began its journey in Urbana, Illinois. Over the decades, the business grew thanks to hard work and great people. In 1966, things changed when Dave Reichard, a veteran, met veteran Ken Asklin, who was an architectural engineering grad from Illinois. The two realized their shared vision for excellence. Their partnership took root, and in 1975, the name changed to A&R Mechanical. With Dave as president and Ken as vice president, A&R Mechanical expanded services, becoming the go-to full-service contractor for all of Central Illinois. A&R went from a plumbing-only contractor to a full-service mechanical contractor with their own sheet metal shop. Today, A&R is a plumbing, heating, ventilation service company with the same excellence in customer service as they provided nearly 100 years ago. Design, build, and maintain. That's what served A&R Mechanical for nearly 100 years. Find them at Lincoln and Kettering in Urbana or online at ar-mech.com.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
When the storm rolls in, where will you go? Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your family with a custom storm shelter from Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services. At Berg Tanks, their shelters are fiberglass and plate steel safe rooms that can be installed in your garage or exterior, in ground, or on a concrete pad. Built to withstand the toughest storms, giving you a safe, secure place when you need it most. Whether you need a compact unit for a small space or a larger shelter for the whole family, they've got you covered. Their expert team handles everything from excavation to installation so you can have peace of mind before the next storm strikes. Berg Septic also specializes in septic pumping, new system installation, grease trap cleanings, repairs, and maintenance plans to keep your home running smoothly. Call Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services today at 217-367-8632 or visit them online at bergtanksinc.com. That's bergtanksinc.com.
Let your local farmer's insurance agent Michael Rumsey put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That's Evan Stone. Gonna switcheroo here. Little change in schedule coming up in the next, over the next hour. Robert Rosenthal in studio. Tristan Thomas is going to call us, so we'll be talking all the football. And now we're talking all the pro football. Lots of little nuggets, including the nominees for the 2026 Hall of Fame class have just been released.
Yep.
And Evan's got that list for us. Just came out today.
Yep, came out earlier today. So here's some nominees that have their first year of eligibility. So obviously anybody who's been on the list before can still go.
Yep.
But here are some players. You ready to feel old? Some of these players getting their first year.
Yes.
It's headlined by quarterback Drew Brees. I wonder if he'll make it.
Yeah.
And wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, Fitzy's going in. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know first year not, but yeah, Fitzy's going in. I'm just saying. Oh man. Yeah. Keep making me feel old.
So 11 other players in their first year of eligibility were picked among the 128 modern era nominees for this year's class. The other nominees in their first year of eligibility are quarterbacks Phillip Rivers and Alex Smith.
Alex Smith? Okay. Well, it's been 20 years since he was drafted, but yeah, I'm just saying.
Tight ends Greg Olson and Jason Witten. I mean, Witt's got to be.
Witt's got to get in.
Is he a first ballot? Is Greg Olson a Hall of Fame tight end?
I don't know.
It's a good question. We'll come back to that.
I don't know. I mean, maybe if the Bears wouldn't have traded him, idiots.
Running backs Frank Gore.
Yeah.
That's got to be a first balloter. And LaShawn McCoy, Shady.
I don't see Shady getting it on the first go.
Offensive lineman David DeCastro.
Yeah, buddy.
And this one makes me feel old. Marquise Pouncey.
Oh.
That's a rough one. Defensive lineman Geno Atkins and Jarrell Casey. And linebacker Thomas Davis.
Let's go.
The old Panthers linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have swore that Geno Atkins was still playing. It's like, isn't he on the Jets or something right now?
Isn't everybody kind of on the Jets?
Isn't he still playing right now?
Could
have swore Geno was still in the league.
Yeah. No, he is not. He is.
Turns out he could be in the Hall of Fame.
He is eligible for the Hall of Fame after 11 seasons with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he was born in 1988, which was the year I was born. So people that are my age are now eligible for the Hall of Fame in the NFL.
Oh, God. Well, that means that for at least the last 4 years or so, that people my age have been eligible for the Hall of Fame, so that's fine. Good.
So let's see. Yeah, I want to know on the
there.
Max Twin City Recycling text line, 217-359-2255. Not only if you text in Illini, you might win tickets courtesy of Pia's, or not Pia's. Well, you know, they got some there tomorrow, too.
That's tomorrow, yeah.
Courtesy of Jets and Parlor. That was the P word I was thinking
Jets Pizza,
of.
Parlor Donuts, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
and so you can get tickets that way. But also, I want you to let me know some of those names. I think it's not – we'd know Drew Brees – and Larry Fitzgerald are guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
That will not be a surprise whatsoever. I think of the rest of that list, Jason Witten will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I think Frank Gore.
I won't argue against Frank. I'd like to see Frank get in as a first ballot guy.
And then offensive linemen are always tough.
But there's always one in the bunch, though.
Because you don't get the big stats, the flashy numbers, the whatever, and that's tough. David DeCastro obviously was with the Steelers, and he played 9 seasons. Is that enough for a first ballot Hall of Famer? We'll see.
Got a couple rings.
Yeah, but
I mean that's another thing that really does help linemen. With the guys that go in, it's
being able to anchor a team.
That sustained success, anchoring a team, you get a ring or two, that really pumps up the resume for the offensive linemen.
So you're telling me David DeCastro and Marquise Pouncey, so two Steelers offensive linemen, potentially going in the same. So they had two Hall of potential. If they go in, they had two Hall of Famers on that offensive line, and they
pretty good.
Didn't win as much as they should have.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, and then maybe Thomas Davis. I might say I would not be shocked if Thomas Davis, the linebacker, was a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm very intrigued to see Greg Olsen. Is Greg Olsen a Hall of Fame tight end?
Man, I don't know.
Let alone a first ballot Hall of Fame tight end. So let us know, 217-359-2255. And then while we're waiting for your responses on that, some big NFL games this weekend.
What do you got on the slate?
So Thursday night is kind of an intriguing game. Seattle at Arizona, little NFC West battle. It's better than some of the games we've had in the past on Thursday night. I'll just say that. I'll throw that out there. We've got the Vikings traveling to Pittsburgh, in Dublin, of course.
Dublin. We were
Kicking
just
off
talking about Ireland yesterday.
Oh, Dublin.
Absolutely nobody.
Again, that's the only Irish clip I have is McGregor screaming.
Is it a little bit, I don't know, is it a little bit ironic, maybe irony is not the correct word, of the Vikings landing in Dublin to play
I'd rather them be in Norway if they were going to play a game. Can we get the Vikings in Norway?
Well, I'm just saying, didn't Vikings invade most of that
they
area?
Did. Yes,
and is that a little PTSD? See the Vikings? Is it insensitive? I don't know.
I mean, well, there's history there. I just don't think anybody that was alive during the Viking Crusades is still alive now.
Is still making it happen? I don't know.
I don't know if you got to worry about that
one. There's some games that are not good. Wow. So this is one of the when you get double-digit spreads in the NFL, that's pretty rare. You know what I mean? That's it
is now.
It's decently rare. New Orleans Saints at Buffalo.
Ooh, I would think 10 at least.
15.5.
Let's go, Cousin Josh, baby. Let's go, Cousin Josh.
With an over-under of 47.5. I might take that over and Bills to cover because they might score 47 points on their own. Yeah, other than that, there's a couple snoozers. There's quite a few snoozers. You got Cleveland going to Detroit. I don't care about that. Carolina going to New England. Don't care about that. The Chargers going to the Giants. Kind of care. It's Jackson Dart's first start. That'll be interesting.
I am intrigued what that change will do for their offense. I mean, I'm not surprised that Russ got benched. I'm not. But
there was a quote today.
I mean, Malik Neighbors was doing pretty well with Russ under center. So this is why I'm curious what's going to happen with Dart throwing the ball.
Dart had a pretty good preseason.
Yeah.
I will say, though, somebody said it this morning on ESPN. I can't remember who it was, but they said this reeks of desperation.
In regards to trying to get people into the stadium or
people in, but also, okay, you're 0-3.
Yeah.
You're trying to save your job, maybe? You recognize that if we play the long game here, we might not be here for the long game?
That's valid.
I don't see very many ways where this is healthy for Jackson Dart and his long-term development.
Don't set the kid up to fail.
And that kind of sounds like what they're doing, but that'll be intriguing. Probably the game of the noon slot. You got Philadelphia going to Tampa Bay, 2 3-0 teams. Tampa Bay is sneaky fun.
I'm enjoying it. I really am enjoying the resurgence of Baker Mayfield. Mike Evans still playing at a high level. How about Bucky Irving? If you're not familiar, Bucky Irving and what he's doing at running back with Tampa Bay has been a really fun watch for the first 3 games. Yeah.
And I think Mike Evans went out hurt this past weekend, but he's on the fantasy team.
Well, you got to support the fantasy.
So he's supposed to be back this weekend, but we'll keep an eye on that. Then to wrap up the crap at noon.
The crap at noon.
You've got the Tennessee Titans going to the Houston Texans. Couple 0-3 teams looking for their first win. What is happening in Houston?
I don't know, man. They look bad. Stroud has regressed. It feels like he's regressed again a little bit from that amazing rookie year and a down year last year, and now here we are.
That's rough.
Anything else on the crap heap for noon that you want to mention?
That's
because
the end of noon.
I have to circle back to something.
Please don't let it be on the Bears.
No, we got to talk about the Bears. Yes, and by the way, Offensive Player of the Week honors going to Caleb Williams after his 4 touchdown performance against the Cowboys, and the Bears taking on the Raiders at Vegas, not Oakland, in Las Vegas.
Yep, 3:25.
3:25 kickoff for that. The injury report for the Bears is intriguing. And by intriguing, I mean not great. Here's who did not play today in practice, maybe, hopefully just getting a day off. But T.J. Edwards, Kyler Gordon, Grady Jarrett, Colston Loveland, and Darnell Wright all did not participate in practice today. Jalen Jones, Cole Kmet, and DeAndre Swift were limited. So a little banged up going into this one with Tom Brady's Raiders, but they're not Tom Brady's Raiders, you know.
Yep, and it came out today that Jalen Johnson is going to get surgery on his, what is it? It's like a torn core muscle.
Yeah.
That just sounds awful.
It's in his abs. Yeah, it's like his abductor. Yeah.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hoping he'll be back at some point in the season. I think he's out until at least week 8 based on the designation they gave him. I am going to bounce back in that game. I'm going to finish this slate real fast because I have some hot takes for that game.
Okay.
We got Indianapolis going to the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Dimes continuing his run.
The
Jacksonville
legend.
going to San Francisco. That game will be buns. And then Baltimore going to Kansas City. This is what we all expected.
It's supposed to be undefeated.
Week 4 was the 1-2 Baltimore Ravens against the 1-2 Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Loser out of the playoffs?
Oh, I don't know about that just yet, my friend.
I am going to say this. I will say this. If Baltimore loses this game and they're 1-3, I think they have plenty of time. If Kansas City loses this game and they're 1-3, I would stand on that and say you will not see them in the playoffs this year. Now, once they get, I know Xavier Worthy's supposed to come back either this week or next week. Once they get Rashee Rice off of the suspension list, you've got some big names coming back, some weapons, and maybe they make a big run. But that's quite an uphill climb with the Chargers playing the way that they're playing.
Yeah.
With Denver potentially being able to play the way that they're playing. So I don't know. That'd be a really tough climb. Sunday night, you got Micah Parsons going back to Dallas.
Geez, I wonder what's going to happen there.
I saw an interesting tweet today that was like, a wonderful trade we'd love to see in the NFL is if the Cowboys can trade a couple first-round picks to get some pass rush help to the Packers, and they can send Trayvon Diggs to help cover some of the Packers' secondary needs.
There you go. That's an idea.
So you never know. And then a double Monday night again, which I hate. I saw another tweet this week that was basically, hey, if you got plans on Monday night, don't cancel them because we got the Jets at the Dolphins and the Bengals at the Broncos.
You know what? You got to believe, baby. You got to believe in the Broncos. You got
to. Okay. I want to come back real quick before we take this break. Bears-Raiders.
Yeah, let's get into it.
If there is an offensive line that is worse than the Bears, it is the Las Vegas Raiders. Oh, my gosh. They are struggling. And my poor running back, Ashton Genty, has no space. He's getting tackled by his own blockers in the backfield.
I did see that. That was a funny highlight.
My gosh. I don't know what's happening there. So right now, Chicago is favored on the road at Vegas, 1.5. I just think if you want your easiest money this weekend, that's the bet you take.
I expect there to be some points scored in this one. I really do. I know how bad the O-line is for the Raiders, and I am not completely convinced that we saw anything spectacular out of the Bears O-line. I know Caleb Williams, Offensive Player of the Week. I know. I'm just saying the Cowboys are really, really not good.
They're really bad.
Yeah.
I think the Raiders might also be really bad and even more disinterested than the Cowboys were.
Please don't let it be on the Bears.
Maybe not this weekend, sir. Maybe not.
Yeah. So I think Caleb is he played really well last week. And I know. People are like, wow, the Cowboys, they suck. But it's still an NFL team. And it's still, sometimes you just got to get that
gotta beat the bad
confidence.
Ones. Yeah, you got to beat them. Real quick before we catch the break, I want to put a bow on all this and circle back to Greg Olsen and your Hall of Fame question.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All
Hit
right.
me.
So you're talking about 14 years in the NFL, excuse me. 07 to 2020. 8,600 yards receiving. He averaged 11.7 a catch. So every time you threw him the ball, you were looking at a first down if he caught it. And that would be on 742 receptions, 60 touchdowns? Yeah, 60 touchdowns. Most he had was in 2015. That run with Cam Newton where he had 7 and 1,100 yards.
Yeah.
Received. Pretty good numbers overall. I don't know if they are blow
That
you
was
away.
the Super Bowl year,
That's
I
the
think,
Super Bowl
yeah.
run, yeah. But I don't know if that's, blow you away, get you in the Hall of Fame kind of thing for Olsen. Not first ballot.
Maybe not first ballot, but I do think he will be a Hall of Fame.
And I'm an Olsen fan. I'd love to see Greg Olsen get in the Hall of Fame.
And I think that broadcasting's really helping him out too. He is incredible.
He's fantastic.
He is my favorite
he's
color guy on TV right now.
He's great.
He's really good.
Well, maybe he'll get. I don't think Olsen's going in first ballot, but I do think he's.
I'd have to see who the other. It said 159 other modern era. I wonder who else is on that list that wasn't first ballot that might still keep popping Greg down.
You know who's not on there? Mike Ditka, my friend. He's in there a couple times. There's a Bears tight end legend for you.
Yeah.
Could have been a legend, Mr. Olsen, had Mike Martz not been an idiot. But that's in the past. We can move on from that. Robert Rosenthal is going to join us in just a few in studio. Also, Tristan Thomas as well. A lot to get to over the next hour. It's The Drive.
JT Barnhart, president of OSF Healthcare.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I appreciate it. One last thing I'll just say, we hope you don't ever need an emergency room, but if you do get hurt and you are injured, RER, I think, is top-notch. And Dr. Bloomstrand in Urbana, the program that he runs, our nursing care, we're going to get you in quick, going to get you taken care of, get you home, and just always love to promote the service in the emergency room.
So it's on Park Street. For more information, osfhealthcare.org. JT Barnhart, have a good day.
Thank you.
Well, tell me what I need to know about Dedicated Diesel and Dixie Chopper, buddy.
Well, Dedicated Diesel, the safety lane is open from 8 to 4 every day. If farmers need to get their trailers or their grain trucks inspected to be compliant with state law, they need to come through. No appointment necessary, but we stop accepting people at 4 o'clock so that they can get those inspections done by 4:30 and all the paperwork done and close up on time. But that is a requirement in the state of Illinois, and we're open to do that. Plus, of course, the Dixie Choppers are there for sale. Stop by and see Andy at 1313 Triumph Drive. Take a look at those. Get the best deal you'll ever get on a quality industrial, commercial, or residential lawnmower.
Awesome.
It's fast.
Yeah, fastest ever. Hey, so how can I reach you, Tim Onstadt?
They can call me at 765-793-7131 and extension 4. They can get me on email at timo@gftlog.com.
We're back. Today's topic, home appliances. Our guest is Paul Reekin from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Hey, Chris.
Caller, go ahead.
Yo, hey, I messed up.
Uh-oh.
I'm appliance shopping at a big box store. Can't seem to find anyone to help me. What do I do?
I get this one a lot. You actually may not find anyone.
What can be done?
Well, at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, one of our trained low-pressure sales associates will greet you when you come in and be ready to find you the best deal on an appliance.
Great. I still don't see anyone here. Hello.
He's off the grid, Paul.
We'll get him the help he needs. Let's take another call.
You're on with Paul from Dick Van Dyke.
My oven is only a few years old and already needs a repair. I bought it from a store that said they have service. I haven't seen a repairman yet, and it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, this is a bad one. Ma'am, lots of stores claim to have repair service, but if they can't get to you in 2 days or less, that's not service at all. We'll get a factory-trained technician out to you right away.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Sarah Champagne managing partner Ben Quattrone.
We're always looking for people. You can go online and apply on our website. We never know what we're going to need. We're always expanding. We're always building more and growing our business. If we don't need a person and they come along and we find out that they're an eagle, they're a star, we'll hire them. We'll put them somewhere and wait for the spot we're going to have them working.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. We're talking to John Reichert and Neil Asklin. I guess the first question for me, John, is what is it like being part of A&R, knowing how this all started? It was your grandfather, then your dad, and now you, and 100 years in business is hard. How do you explain that?
Well, it's incredible, honestly. When I was a boy, obviously my father was running the company. It's always been, part of my life, but I knew that we had good people, at that time that worked for the company. I think with God's help and protection that we survived and frankly thrived.
I think the thrive is a key word here. Neil Asklin, I guess, let me ask you about your dad, Ken Asklin, who partnered with Dave, and they got it going in the 50s and kept it going. And you being part of the company.
I've been around since I was a young teenager, so something that I've grown to love, and the camaraderie and getting things done. And these huge projects that we're doing now just amazes me.
A&R Mechanical, a thriving leader 100 years later.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. Very happy to have in the studio with us Mr. Robert Rosenthal. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm going to cough a couple times probably. I have these allergies when the crops come in.
Oh, I'm right there with you, man.
That dust in the air makes me cough for weeks.
I stashed Kleenexes and cough drops all over the studio.
It is that time. It's early this year, but yeah, the dust is killing me out there.
Well, no sweat. And if you need any water or anything, we got you hooked up on that as well.
Excellent.
Do we?
Yes, we do. We have a whole water jug. You literally walk past the water jug every day when you come in here. Did you know that?
Oh, no.
Yep.
That would require me to look around the corners.
There's a big one. It's right over there.
I just walk straight.
Robert, you were there on Saturday. I saw some of the tweets, and we have turned the page here. Are you ready to turn the page on the Indiana game and just focus on USC for this week?
I'm ready to turn the page, but I don't know if I've recovered. Look, the last 9 months have been, this giddy, oh my gosh, are we actually a playoff team? Mm-hmm. All of this, I don't know, playing out some fantasy in my head of where we're, and what if with this, and what if we had a home playoff game in December, and what if we, and for all that to just float away in 60 minutes was really rough. So I am readjusting. I am, this is still certainly way better than a dozen other seasons I can think of.
Sure.
I'm not, I'm in no means despondent, but adjusting to how that stuff kind of went away is a little difficult.
Sure. Well, to that point, have you been satisfied what you have heard coming out of the coaching staff this week in regards to what they're working on, some of the adjustments? We played several clips from O-line coach Bart Miller yesterday. We had stuff from Coach Henry as well. And to me, what I heard from Coach Henry was almost even more nerve-wracking, I guess, in a way, when he's talking about USC and their offense. But I'm curious for your take on it.
How do I say this? I spend less time on those things than people would think I do.
Okay.
I'm constantly going through stats and box scores and this and that, but I'm just a weirdo, okay? I don't, because I'm a fan, right?
Yeah.
Because I follow the team like this.
Yeah.
I avoid those emotions of I better hear some good stuff from Bart Miller today.
Yeah.
I just don't go there. I've made the choice to not go there because to do what I do, I can't. It would drive me insane.
Sure. Yeah.
So I get these, I'll do a radio spot in Nebraska with your buddy and
yep.
And all this, and they're asking me the normal sports talk radio questions. And often my answers are guys, I don't even I don't think about those things because I can't. It's too emotional to me. You know, it's just this. Monday, I worked for like an hour and then I shut my brain off. I told my wife, like, I can't do it. Like, this is still so hard to adjust to. I'm of no use to answer people on our Slack channel or to respond to emails or DMs or to write an article or to do anything else. I was still in, man, it is hard to come off a loss like that and everything else. So it's so funny. So I don't know if you heard Bielema's press conference. Because I'm a tune-out kind of guy and because I'm this, he asked me a question in his opening statement, and I kind of wasn't paying attention. And so I had to answer just on context clues. I think I pulled it off.
Yeah.
So he was like, we've turned the page, and it was this, and it's homecoming, and there's tailgating, and this and that. And then he says, like, hey, Robert, what time do the tailgate lots open? And I'm sitting there like literally on my phone and just processing the emotions of like, oh, he just brought up the game and now I'm just lost in the land of like couldn't sleep on Saturday night. And so I'm not listening. So I heard him say something about tailgate and I just threw out like 7 a.m. Sometimes they let you in at 6:30.
Yeah.
And then
Well
crossed my
done. There
fingers
you
like,
go.
oh, I hope that was the question.
Yeah.
But that's how I'm just weird, right? That's how I process all these things. So I haven't looked at the Aaron Henry quotes much. I couldn't even sit there for the Lunny or the Henry press conference because it's too like, oh, I don't want to relive this. I don't want to hear these questions, and probably don't even want to know the answers to these questions.
Well, that's to that point though, man. I think so many fans have been there, and they get that emotion. They understand that completely. So appreciate the honesty.
Yes,
And
it's so weird to be like, what do you do full time? This. What do you think about what the defensive coordinator said? I don't know. I can't handle it. I can't do it. It's too depressing. I can't listen.
So to that point, because you say it from the fan perspective, was there any part of you on Saturday night, because I was there as well, was there any part of you on Saturday night that was looking around and just thinking, they don't deserve this?
100%. 1,000, 100%.
Deserve it.
Yes. I mentioned many times last week how, obviously since I'm a public-facing face, I hear from a lot of Indiana fans. When I tweeted where the tailgate would be and if Illini fans were in Bloomington to just swing by and hang out with us and this and that, Indiana fans took advantage of that to walk by and say choice things to me. Because I'm showing my location.
Sure.
Of course, they're going to be just like, hey, let's go tell this guy some choice words.
Mm-hmm.
So, excuse me. So because of that, they're so arrogant about it before the game of like, no, Cignetti's turning this thing completely around. He snapped his fingers. We're now a top 5 program in all of college football. It's undeniable.
Yeah.
So for them to lead in with that and me to lead in with my fan emotions of please, please, please prove them wrong.
Yeah.
And then 63-10, that is a hard thing to be like, hey, you arrogant guys who were taking time out of your day to steal things from my tailgate while I was in the game just to have a trophy of like, hey, I stole that guy's chairs. Just because of that, they get to win and I have to drive home depressed. This is not in any way fair.
Yes.
It's just not in any way fair that they get to just wave a magic wand and fix their program. I made the only coach I can think of, and I'm not saying Cignetti is this guy, but the only coach that has ever been like, well, if he just shows up, you get 10 wins immediately, regardless of your roster, is Urban Meyer. He won 10 games at Bowling Green. That got him the Utah job. 2 years at Utah where he won 10 or more. Then he gets the Florida job, and he wins a national title in 2 years. Obviously one of, if not the top coach of the last 30 years. So then for Cignetti to just like, James Madison, I'll go win immediately. Oh, I'll take some of those players in Indiana and just go maybe playoff back-to-back first 2 years. It's, it's impossible to accept, and B, it ruins every possible coach that's talking about like trying to rebuild a program. Somebody's gonna get the Florida job next year and say like, hey, give them a couple years to rebuild the roster and this and that, and everybody else is gonna be like, Signetti went to Indiana and won 10 and then 12 or whatever they're going to do.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
it
hopefully
should be able to happen anywhere.
It'll be Signetti at Florida next year.
It's good.
And that,
be. Yes.
So, I remember thinking, because we were tailgating too, and we joined a buddy's tailgate who was from the Indiana area, and it was in a really good spot. And I was like, dang, what time did you get here for this spot? And he's like, oh, we pulled in about noon.
Yep.
And I was like, noon? I said, well, they don't open the lots, 5-6 hours before kickoff.
Yep.
I was like, you don't deserve anything.
Yes.
You deserve nothing.
Yes. 100%. It is very, like, even the stands, like, the cheering even early felt a little like, these people know that we're not Western Illinois, right? Like, they're so over the top with it early of like, this game's over. It's like, well, when there was the touchdown to tie it and everything else, you thought you would see some reservation from the crowd or some limit of like, hey, this might be a tough game. But they were just completely confident they were going to win, and then they did.
Yes. That was the hardest part, is always and then they did.
Yes.
There was nothing. We were standing. Were you in the press box?
I was. Yeah.
So you didn't have to do the concession stand lines or the bathroom lines or any of that.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had a good
it's like nobody was even saying anything. I had my 7-year-old son as a protection, as a shield, and so just walk around with him.
Can I borrow him for the rest of the season?
I told a story yesterday. He was actually great because someone did walk by and say, Indiana by 1 million. He just went, who cares? I'm like, you know what? That's the mentality I got to have, apparently. But you're just overhearing people talk in the concession lines, not even to you, just to each other, of just like, could you believe anyone picked Illinois? Like, this team's garbage. Like, I don't even know why they would think they were better than us. And it's just like, I have nothing to say.
Yep.
I can't say anything.
The craziest immediate confidence I've ever seen from all my years of doing this.
Yeah.
And heck, 63-10. I mean, I can't blame them.
Yeah. It's just all those basketball fans just realized last year, oh, there's a football team too.
Yep.
And here they are.
And they're out in their candy stripe, candy cane pants. It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. Very happy to have Robert Rosenthal in studio with us. Of course, Robert, the publisher of IlliniBoard.com. Have you been able to really dive in on the message board since Saturday? I know you said you kind of tuned out Monday. Have you really gotten into the swing of things now here on Wednesday?
I got back into it yesterday. I do a thing each week where I look at a lot of the advanced metrics just to see like what they're saying about what the future might look like. Mm-hmm. And I was frightened to death to look because when you get bid 63-0,
they're not going to win again.
The laptops are going to punish you greatly. And I feel a little better. I mean, look, it's terrible. I think the best thing I heard this week was a text from a friend that said the thing he's clinging to is last year Purdue in the second half. After halftime, Purdue had 46 points in that game. After halftime, and Illinois still pulled it out, but it was still this, like, we couldn't stop the Purdue offense, and that was the worst, statistically the worst Big Ten team of the 2020s. Was 2024 Purdue was the worst Big Ten team statistically, went 1-11 or whatever. And so it was this like, oh my gosh, suddenly this defense can't stop anybody. They cannot stop. Ryan Walters took over the play calling and just knew everything Aaron Henry was going to do and took advantage of it, and they scored all those points. And then the next week held Michigan to 7. So he's like, I am clinging to that there is some hole in this defense that they figured out, but we patched it immediately for the Michigan game last year. And maybe the same thing can happen this year.
Speaking of Patches and Fisher on the Max Twin City Recycling text line said,
Houlihan?
No, Patches Sap, thank you very much. The older Indiana fans were respectful. They were talking about the Mike White era. The younger fans were obnoxious and rude to all Illini fans. Also, the concession stand was out of everything, including straws by halftime. Out of straws?
Yeah, well, I don't know about the straws because I don't use straws. But literally, my son was like, hey, can I? Because it was stuffy. I mean, it was just humid and still.
Yeah.
And so my son's like, hey, can I get a water? And I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go get a water. We stood in line at the concession stand for half a quarter just to get a bottle of water, which they also made us, I'm going to get on a soapbox here in a second. They also made us dump all of our water out of our water bottles to go
Put it in the cups?
Well, no, we had to dump them in the trash, even if they were sealed. We had to open them, dump them all out. They said there's places inside to refill your water bottles. We go in. I asked the concession person, where do we refill our water bottles? And they said, oh, that doesn't exist in here. That place is a joke, and they deserved nothing, and they got it all.
I mean, it is funny how, like, you can hear the conversation about those straws in the Monday meeting of like, hey, boss, we actually needed straws. Wait, what? Like, people ordered drinks? Like, this hasn't happened in 26 years. Since the great straw shortage of 98, like there is they are adjusting to what other programs are adjusting to when you suddenly have a program and like, wait, we don't have the infrastructure to back any of this. We don't have the deliveries. We don't have anything else. So yes, it's going to take a bit there in that stadium.
I imagine a boardroom where papers are just flying in the air when somebody brings up there were no straws. Just mass chaos.
That's right.
Somebody gets fired over the straws.
100%.
You're out of here, Johnson.
Yep. Okay, this weekend, USC comes to town. First time since 1995? 96?
96, yeah.
Which
Anybody care to throw out the score of that game?
Yeah, we don't want to mention that. I didn't even mean to mention that game, but here we go. How do we approach this game as fans? Are we reverse that? Or are we, nervous? Are we?
I have readjusted to this season. Okay. I lived in, is this actually happening land for a good, from the moment Josh McCray broke through the line in South Carolina game to put the game on ice until, let's say, 28-7 in the first half on Saturday night. I was in one mind frame, and then I switched to, okay, this is still really hard, and some teams have figured out what we do, and this defense built on takeaways and forcing 3 instead of 7 when it gives up 7 every single time, and when it can't get any takeaways, we could just get steamrolled, and so it is time to readjust the full expectations for the season. So I'm still hopeful in this one. Like, probably the best thing about going through all the advanced metrics yesterday were that USC took a big hit after their game against, statistically they looked like they really struggled against Michigan State, which told those laptops like, hey, maybe their 3-0 start was a little bit of what wasn't exactly what people thought it was. And now they're on the road playing at 9 a.m. body time and everything else that we've talked about. So I do have some hope this weekend, but I've adjusted the whole season to like, okay, back to, I know this grind. I know this, like, let's get to a bowl game, and then once we have that put away, then we can start thinking about winning 7, 8, 9 games.
Robert, do you put any stock to USC has to play at 9 a.m. for the big noon kickoff game? I mean, 11 a.m. Central Time, of course, but do you put any stock in that's a concern for them coming in and playing at 9 a.m.?
I mean, so many teams practice in the morning. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it is. It's probably not as big of a deal as it is for them going on the road now for the first time. Of like, look what Illinois did at Indiana, where everything was working, and now you're on a different surface. You're on a different this. Everything is kind of off a little bit. I am hoping that that's what we see. How often do we see that? Like, Ohio State has dominated people. They're going at Washington next weekend. I feel like they're going to come out in the first quarter and be like, wait, this isn't working like it was so easy at home and that type of thing.
Well, that was a game that Evan and I just talked about in the previous segment. This is one of the smaller spreads. I mean, Ohio State's still favored at 8.5 right now, but that's one of the smaller spreads they've got this year, and a lot of that has to do with the travel and going to Washington. So I'm intrigued by that one.
It's not easy. It's just, I mean, it's the same as, it's everybody thinks that home field, home court advantage is just like you're not used to playing there or whatever. But there's also I've been sleeping in my same bed, and even for game day, everything is just this routine. And now I'm in some hotel, and I didn't sleep very well last night. And so this just this weird, and the weather's different, and, all that little stuff that starts to go. I'm hoping that that's what we see from USC on Saturday.
Yeah, and I do. You talk about readjusting and okay, what is this year? And I do just want to keep reminding people we're trying to have back-to-back regular season winning records for the first time in over 30 years. So let's not completely burn the ship down.
Yeah.
Because we were thinking playoff, and maybe that's not out of the reach now. We're still trying to do something that has not been done. So my plea to people is to show up on Saturday. Don't quit. Don't give up. But do you have any concept from your perspective? What is the thing you're most concerned about? Is it the offensive line?
I probably have more defensive concerns than offensive concerns. Cignetti said in the postgame that they thought they saw something on film after Duke where the pass rush was really getting to Altmaier, and we didn't seem to have we didn't have a plan for all right, here's the hot read, quick, get the ball out kind of thing. And they were like, there's our answer. This is what we're going to do. Usually if you're that aggressive with the pass rush, with all players going aggressively, sometimes the quarterback can slip out and get 31 yards, and sometimes you're leaving one receiver wide open, as you saw with the Colin Dixon touchdown. So, when you are that aggressive with your pass rush, often you're going to also give up big plays with it. They thought, hey, I think we can get to this guy quickly, stay aggressive, not take our foot off the gas with that, because I don't think they can then adjust and get those big plays, and they were right. And so I feel like that can be fixed a little easier than that second half. Yes, the secondary was injured, and yes, it was 40 minutes of possession for Indiana, so at a point the defensive line is just dog-tired and done and just can't hang. But that the second half defensive performance is the thing that stuck with me of if that continues this year, well, going to win the Washington game? Are you going to win the Wisconsin game? Are you going to win the Maryland game? Suddenly all that stuff. So that's my biggest concern so far. Got to get the turnovers to return. Got to get the field goals instead of touchdowns to return, because that's what this defense is built around.
Feel free to chime in on the Max Twin City Recycling text line, 217-359-2255. Robert Rosenthal in studio with us. We appreciate it, sir. Now, we're due for a break, and I know you can't stay for the whole hour like you did last time. So if you got to go.
I can stay one more segment, and then I got to go.
Good.
Yes.
All right. Well, I want to get get a little more insight from you in the next segment then. So just hang loose. We've got more with Robert Rosenthal. It's The Drive.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Salt and Light is empowering people to change and transform their lives. Volunteer, donate items, or learn about their programs and services as you enjoy their dessert night from 7 to 8 p.m. the fourth Thursday of the month. Save the date to get in on the first annual Masquerade Ball, presented by Evergreen Roadworks, Thursday, October 23rd. Join Stevie J Broadcasting's team of fighting poverty with dignity. Visit saltandlightministry.org.
Here's what new customers are saying about Interstate Batteries.
It's nice to see capable and helpful associates. They did a top-notch job.
They were easy to talk to and explained everything.
Service was prompt and I was a walk-in. Total service time was only like 20 minutes. I highly recommend Interstate Batteries.
Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. How much is dependable worth? Experience them for the first time at 2504 North Mattis. Way out there, but worth the drive. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
Visit interstatebatteries.com.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
When feeling better can't wait, visit Christie Clinic Convenient Care. Convenient locations, hours to fit your schedule, and no appointment necessary. Plus, you don't have to be a Christie Clinic patient. Receive health care when and where you need it with Christie Clinic Convenient Care. Christie Clinic accepts Health Alliance and most other major insurance plans. Visit ChristieClinic.com to find the convenient care closest to you.
At Coach House Garages, buildings are more than just garages and backyard sheds. By combining your imagination with their experience, generations of Amish craftsmanship, and the finest quality materials, they build a garage that fits all of your specifications at a budget you can live with. To learn more about what Coach House of Champaign and Danville offers, visit them online at CoachHouseGarages.com or call at 217-351-9073.
More than just a garage. More than just a garage. It's a Coach House.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Urbana's Market at the Square is huge on Saturday mornings from 7 a.m. to noon, rain or shine at Illinois and Vine. For 6 weeks, we now welcome Urbana's Night Market at the Square from 6 to 9 on Thursday evenings. A vibrant, unique evening experience with food trucks, live music and painting, art and maker vendors. Bring your chairs and blankets and have some fun. At Urbana's Night Market at the Square, Thursday evenings from 6 to 9.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. And our good friend Robert Rosenthal in studio with us. Question just came in from Matt and Sydney on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. He says he feels better that most of the difficult games are in the front half of the schedule. What do we think? What do you think, Robert? Are you looking at that back half? Because you just mentioned, well, some of those seeds of doubt start to creep in. And can you beat Maryland? Can you beat so-and-so and so on and so forth? How are you feeling about the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, before the season, it looked really, really, you take what the records were last year, and most people that would just apply the records last year to the schedule this year had Illinois as the 30th second easiest, or one just had it as the easiest schedule in the Big Ten. So it looked like that before. Now, obviously, that's preseason, and then you start playing the games, and the Purdue of this year is UCLA, and Purdue is a little spicier. They're probably not great, but they're a little better than they were last year, and so now it's not that you want to play UCLA or you don't play Purdue, it's UCLA. So, yes, that November schedule of, there's Maryland just went to Wisconsin and won big. Washington looks pretty frisky and might give Ohio State a game this weekend, and that's a road game. It's looking a little more grim, but to the point of the text, yes, the three ranked teams on the schedule are last week, this week, and in 2 weeks. And then if this is the team, still starting 14 seniors on this team.
Sure.
Still have a ton of experience and depth. And if you can get the secondary healthy, it's still a roster that won 10 games last year. So you should be able to go through that November schedule with Rutgers here and Maryland here, Northwestern here, at Wisconsin, who might be, 3-8 at that point, or something like that.
Right.
Coachless.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
It would be funny if they held on to Fickle until that week,
and then we do it again.
And Bielema, the Grim Reaper meme of going door to door. The first door is Paul Christ, the second door is Luke Fickle. So, but yes, long way to go to get there. And if Illinois going to play like this on the road, gosh, I don't want to go to Wisconsin. I don't want to, there are still some things that are going to be scary out there. So I've just readjusted my vision back down to the next game And I've stopped all this silliness of dreaming of what December might be like if I'm driving a fire engine to a road playoff game somewhere with a massive smile on my face. And now we're back to, let's get a winning season. Let's get to another bowl. Let's keep building this thing. Let's keep this recruiting class together. I'm just back focused on the things I've always been focused on.
So I'm going to get philosophical here for a moment, if that's okay.
Do it.
Sure.
Aesop wrote some fables, and he wrote a fable about a dog who had a bone or a piece of meat. You guys know this one? And he's walking by, and he walks by a body of water, and he sees the reflection of himself of another dog with a piece of meat in its mouth. And he goes to attack the dog because he wants that meat too. And when he opens his mouth to bite the other dog, he drops his meat into the water, and now he's left with no meat. Point of the story is, don't chase things that are not true or not real and lose the reality of what you actually have. And I just want to remind people that if 5 years ago someone would have told you USC is coming to town and Big Noon Kickoff is going to be setting up in Grange Grove for a ranked football game between Illinois and USC, two ranked teams, you would have said that's impossible. So let's enjoy the moment. Let's enjoy it. Is the fire truck going to be in Lot 31 this weekend?
Absolutely.
Are you going to partake in any Big Noon Kickoff? Are you going to tell Matt Leinart to shove it? What are you going to do?
You really hate Leinart, You really.
I got some things.
You really got beat. We did tell Lehman the other day. Jay was here on Monday. We told. Is there any chance you'll just blindside tackle him just once, just for fun?
Right. No.
He didn't say no. He didn't say no.
Okay.
We didn't get a no.
Yes.
He chuckled.
He was like, it was like an evil chuckle too. Like he'd been thinking about it for a while.
Are you gonna wander over and check it out and see what's going on?
Here's my view toward this weekend. My view has shifted from what does this mean for this season? I'm like, okay, well, if you can go, even if you're just 1-2 in the Indiana, USC, and Ohio State games, well, you run the table the rest of the season. It's still 10-2, and that's still the playoff. And I've shifted my brain from that to all the normal things, which is, man, USC band's going to be there. And I remember the Rose Bowl, and I was close to the band, and I heard at least 150 times. And I want to beat them because of that game. And so I have narrowed my focus back down from like, what does this mean for our ranking? What does this mean for our playoff potential to, okay, USC. What's our history with USC? Oh, man, that game in 96. I wouldn't want to remember that. And okay, well, they're playing at 9 a.m. They did show a lot of defensive issues on Saturday against Michigan State, and I think we can take advantage of that. It's just has narrowed my focus back down. Now, I'm also a dog with meat looking at the reflection of Indiana's program.
Yeah.
And wanting to beat someone 63-10. But yes, I am keeping my focus back on okay, USC, what's our history? What's that? I'm going to stop thinking all these little thoughts of in junior high of what if she would go to the dance with me or, whatever. I'm going to stop with those little daydreams and just okay, we're going to get through math class right now. And that's where my focus is.
I love the analogy because I can empathize and sympathize with that so very much. I remember 6th grade. Betsy Jennison, wherever you went, you broke my heart before the Halloween dance. 217-359-2255. Feel free to chime in on the Max Twin City Recycling text line if you're just joining us. It is The Drive on ESPN 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That's Evan Stone. Robert Rosenthal in studio with us for just a couple more minutes. I know that you don't usually get into the predictions with us, but do you have a prediction you'd like to share? Maybe an inkling of one?
Yeah. Again, remember, I'm a weirdo. So I don't predict any game until the sun goes down on Friday night because I don't have a feel for it yet. I need to get to the night before. And honestly, I was feeling terrible and predicted Indiana to win by 14 because I just wasn't feeling it last weekend, mostly because so much had gone wrong or had gone right in our 7-game winning streak that was at some point a lot of things are going to have to go wrong. They always do.
And they did.
And
they did. Every single one.
Thing
There's Murphy's Law, man.
Yes, including all 5 defensive secondary starters getting injured at some point and everything else. So,
and you know what? We got it all out of our system.
100%.
It's all gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
7 more right in a row.
Yes.
There you go.
That's right.
Only
That's
good
right.
things.
That's right. And I've made promises to myself that, like, if this does recover and, you know, beat USC, I'm not going to go running back to, well, now you beat Ohio State and everything's right back. I am going game to game. I'm evaluating the opponent. I'm going to narrow my field of vision because I can't afford the long gazes anymore.
There you go. All right, man. Always a pleasure to talk with you. And for those that don't know, where can they find you on the socials and on the message board, sir?
So the social, it's always so hard to say it because I'm like, well, it's at Illini. And then we're like, people will be like, wait, at Illini? And I'm like, no, the letter A, the word lion, Lion, and an I, EYE, Illini, which spells Illini.
Uh-huh.
So that's where I'm at on the socials. And then Illini board is my website where I write crazy things and prove once again that I'm a weirdo.
The great Robert Rosenthal in studio. We appreciate you, sir. We'll have you back as soon as you would like to come back with us. We love having you here. 217-359-2255 is the number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Feel free to chime in. We'll talk a little high school sports in just a few. Our guy Tristan Thomas from WCIA3 is going to be calling on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line. We'll talk with him next. It is The Drive.
It's great when hard work and experience are recognized. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. I am thrilled to share that Fisher National has been ranked 7th in the nation as a top lender in mortgage loans among banks with asset size of $300 million to $1 billion by our National Banking Association. This recognition is a testament to our lending team's dedication and expertise. After all, better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. If you're in the market for a new home or considering refinancing your existing home, let our team at Fisher National Bank earn your business and trust. We offer competitive rates with low closing costs, and we locally service almost all of our loans. Come see us with all your home mortgage needs and experience the top-notch service that has earned us national recognition. Learn more at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today.
Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When the storm rolls in, where will you go? Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your family with a custom storm shelter from Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services. At Berg Tanks, their shelters are fiberglass and plate steel safe rooms that can be installed in your garage or exterior, in ground, or on a concrete pad. Built to withstand the toughest storms, giving you a safe, secure place when you need it most. Whether you need a compact unit for a small space or a larger shelter for the whole family, they've got you covered. Their expert team handles everything from excavation to installation so you can have peace of mind before the next storm strikes. Berg Septic also specializes in septic pumping, new system installation, grease trap cleanings, repairs, and maintenance plans to keep your home running smoothly. Call Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services today at 217-367-8632 or visit them online at bergtanksinc.com. That's bergtanksinc.com.
You're great at protecting your data, but lots of places could still expose you to identity theft. If that happens, LifeLock gives you the U.S.-based restoration agent who will stick by your side from start to finish. Phone calls, filing documentation, preparing insurance claims. Your agent handles it all. In fact, they're so confident restoration is guaranteed or your money back. It's nice to have an expert like that on your side. Save up to 40% off your first year with promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Actually, I called the provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians. I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
This is Evan Stone from The Drive on ESPN Radio 93.5. Curtis Allen and I will be live at Pia's 1609 Springfield Avenue after 3 p.m. on Thursday, September 25th. Come out and hang with us to win U of I tailgate swag, shirts, hats, koozies. You can also win tickets to the homecoming game at 11 a.m. against USC on Saturday, September 27th. When you come out, you can find drink specials, $4 22-ounce drafts, Yingling and Flight, and $5 Surfside cans. You can learn more at steviej.com.
ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That's Evan Stone. Tristan Thomas going to join us in just a moment. We can't do The Drive without thanking our sponsor, Busey. And Busey also features ag services and farm brokerage. You can partner with a team whose roots run deep. Busey Ag Services and Farm Brokerage will help you maximize the yield on your investment. With the strength of Busey Ag Services and Farm Brokerage, it's in their numbers, financing agriculture needs for nearly 150 years, over 100,000 acres under management, 9 licensed real estate brokers, plus they've got a full range of products and services. Busey can meet your unique needs, whether that's farm management, rural appraisals, agriculture consultations. They handle it all. Busey understands your operations, serving farms of all sizes, small farms, large commercial farms, and agribusinesses. Put your trust in the experienced team at Busey for your ag services, farm management, and agricultural needs. Call 1-800-67-BUSEY or visit Busey.com to maximize the yield on your investment. We like to maximize our yield when it comes to the local high school football scene with the one and only from Channel 3, Mr. Tristan Thomas. He is on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us right now. Tristan, how are you doing, sir?
Pretty good. Professional transition there, Curtis.
Thank you,
I
man.
love to see it.
I've been doing this a little while. There's some things I know I'm good at. It's not a lot. I'm not really good at much, but I can read copy and transition into a segment.
Yeah.
You are in Cisco right now, is what you said, right? You're in Cisco, but I don't think there's a football team in Cisco. No, different Cisco.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the thong scene is in Cisco these days, but what I do know is that Tristan's probably out on assignment.
On assignment to figure that out?
No.
Okay.
Where have you been? What are you working on for Friday Football Fever, man?
Yeah, so getting ready for our Spotlight Game of the Week as always, and this week that involved a little road trip out to Mount Zion, talk with the Braves, getting ready for Muhammad Seymour, my alma mater, and a big game this week. That's our Spotlight Game of the Week. Always a good matchup when those teams, go head to head. Muhammad's had their number, had really the whole conference's number in recent seasons, but a young team. They've won a couple games recently, so one more makes a win streak, right? And hoping to do that against Mount Zion. On the other hand, some of these seniors on Mount Zion, they haven't been able to beat the Bulldogs. So an extra motivation game always, of course, a big game in the Apollo, and conference bragging rights really at stake. I think back to my playing days, and Mount Zion was always kind of a bit of a rival. You'd think. I mean, I remember my senior year, I was talking to Patrick Etherton, their coach, a little while back about that game. I remember winning when I was a senior, and it was like 9-6, just defensive struggle. I think it rained. I think we had a delay somewhere in there. So hopefully avoid something like that. Nothing wrong with a good defensive struggle, but, TV usually likes some more highlights. That's something we always appreciate. But, yeah, I mean, just some big-time targets for the Braves, of course. J.C. Anderson, he's back for his senior year, and then replacing Braden Trimble, but a guy who was their leading receiver, Jacob Harvey, a guy I got to chat with and interview him. He's been a big part of that team for years. So a lot of guys on this Mount Zion team excited for this game and hoping to get a win. On the other hand, the Bulldogs have had their number and have been a tough team to beat in the Apollo. So that's our Spotlight Game of the Week, and I can run through some other games if you want.
Yeah, let's dive into it, man. I'm going to ask you about my Paris Tigers, whether or not you're prepared
for them.
Another
big rivalry game.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. It's the Coles County Clash. You got to circle that one on the calendar every year.
Oh,
Charleston in Mattoon. As an EIU alum, I showed up there my junior year, and I'm like, what is this Coles County Clash? Like, how big of a deal is it? And then you show up. It's at O'Brien Field at EIU, a neutral site game, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And both communities get into it. You know, I'll say the what you'd say of, you know, cliche saying, but it really is throughout the records. Even if you don't have a great year, you can look, if you beat Charleston, you beat Mattoon, you can look back and say, hey, at least we did that. That's a big feather in the cap for either of these teams. You know, Mattoon won it last year. 2 years ago, Charleston won it. So the trophy they've got can go back and forth. And Charleston coming off, still trying to look for their first win of the year. But they did put up some big numbers. They put up 35 points last week at home against Effingham. And the Flaming Hearts are no slouches. So maybe they figured some things out on offense, and could be tough to stop for the Green Wave. One word, by the way.
One word.
Big controversy, okay? Evan may not be aware of that. Big controversy, whether or not Green Wave is one word or two, all right?
I'm
semi-aware. I've been told Green Wave is one word, but I don't know.
You know what?
We can hash it out at the original Burger King if you want.
Yes, sir. Yeah. You know what? That sounds pretty good. I'll get the first round of milkshakes, and you get the fries at the original Burger King. That's another little...
Any excuse for that, right?
There you go. Yeah. No,
couple of the big games.
Go ahead. Sorry. I'm stepping all over you, Tristan.
No, you're good. You're good. A couple other big games. You know, Glenwood hosting MacArthur, 2 undefeated teams. Glenwood, a big winner over Rochester, an overtime game, a close game. We barely got the score in, by the way. It was down to the wire. It was going late. But Glenwood, a big win over Rochester last week. They're taking on MacArthur. And then Sullivan hosting Arthur Levington, Atwood Hammond. 2 big contenders, heavy hitters in the LPC. That's going to be a good game. And that game really decided the conference last year. So I think both teams bring back plenty of talent and experience. And yeah, those are a few really, really big games on the slate this week.
What when we look at some of the other local bigger schools, St. Joe, Unity, Centennial Central, Urbana, what are they up to this week?
Well, looking back at last week, Unity coming off a big win over SJO, so that was our spotlight game, and pretty surprised that Unity was able to pull away and win by as much as they did. Unity has got Pontiac this week, so maybe a trap game type deal. You'd think Unity on paper has the edge in that one, but hey, you never know. You got to be ready to play every week, right? And SJO coming off, of course, that loss, first loss of the year, so they're hoping to bounce back, and they're at Rantoul. So, a good bounce back opportunity for the Spartans.
Yeah.
Are you going to address my now 3-1 Paris Tigers, sir? I'm going to do this to you every week, by the way.
Yeah, I mean the Tigers are they're making some waves, right? I mean 3-1. That's is that the only loss is the rivalry, right?
Well,
Marshall?
Marshall was the only loss, which was a shocker, sir. Quite frankly, I was stunned when I saw that happen.
Shocked.
On
that's a pretty close one too.
Yeah. I think it was 35-30 or 35-32, something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But
but no. Now they're and I talked about last week the Snake Pit in Mount Carmel. That's where they're heading this week. So taking on the 2-2 Golden Aces.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan, I know that you travel a lot, and you also, as a member of WCIA Sports, you traveled to Illinois games as well. Do you know, everyone's looking all over the place, what happened this weekend? What happened? I know what happened. You were there.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the Penn State game last year, so I've not got a good streak going.
Wait,
for basketball? I was at the Minnesota game, so I'm not a good luck charm yet by any means.
I was about to say, do you know your Illinois traveling record right now?
So for WCIA,
yeah,
are you talking men's basketball, football,
all the above?
Okay, so I was at the Northwestern basketball game last year, so that was a loss. But I was at the Wrigley game, so I think it worked out well last year with the trip to Minnesota. Was on the way back on Super Bowl Sunday. I was able to stop in Wisconsin and cover the Illinois women's team against Wisconsin, and they won that. So believe the Illinois is 2-3 in games I'm covering.
All right, he's not a total jinx just yet. Okay,
Not yet.
Not there. He's etched in stone good, is what he is, sir.
No, he's not. Well, yeah, he is. Dang it. We do 2-3 every week.
There you
2-3, 2-3, 2-3.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
But,
well,
yeah, I mean, yeah, that was. I don't think anyone was expecting that big of a result at Indiana. But man, when a Signetti team like that just gets rolling, and just that, man, I mean, good luck. Like,
yeah.
You talk about the block punt and what that did for the momentum, but yeah, so many different things to worry about, honestly, for what could happen for this Illinois team going forward. A lot of big questions. The health of the secondary is big, of course. Brett Bielema mentioned with Xavier Scott. Sounds like a long-term deal. Of course, the surgery on Wednesday. And then the offensive line, you bring back everyone from a group that was really playing pretty well by the time you got to the end of last year. And then, for whatever reason, that's been a struggle, especially with these teams, Indiana, a Duke, that throws multiple defensive schemes at you. They load the box and then drop back, or then they send disguise pressure. Like, that's something they've got to be able to work on. And certainly no slouch against USC. A huge bounce back game with, again, another national audience, taking in that game. So it'll be fun to see big noon kickoff here. And should be a good environment for homecoming. But, yeah, I think a pretty imperative game against the Trojans this Saturday.
Any score predictions from you, sir?
Ooh, I don't know. I could see Illinois winning, or I could see Illinois losing, and it's like, here we go. I'll say 27-24 Illinois.
Let's go. Man of the people right there. Yeah. Let's go, Tristan. All right. And where can they find you on the socials, sir?
At Tristan Thomas TV on Twitter. You can search Tristan Thomas TV on Facebook as well. Got a professional page. Getting rolling there. WCIA news on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We've got WCIA Sports live stream post-game press conference from Brett Bielema coming up on Saturday, and pregame show. We'll have that there as well, 90 minutes prior to kickoff. And also, I'll plug again, WCIA 3-in-1 podcast and much other content, exclusive content to WCIA Plus, which is free on Roku and Apple TV, 24 hours available as well.
You are everywhere, sir. Tristan Thomas from
We
WCIA
try to
3.
be. That's the goal.
And, of course, Friday Football Fever this Friday night as well. One more time. We got to plug that for you as well. Appreciate the time. And you be safe with your travels this weekend, and we will talk to you next week, all right?
For sure. Thanks, boys. Always appreciate the time.
Oh, the best. That is our friend Tristan Thomas from WCIA 3 joining us on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World text line. So lots to digest there, lots of local high school stuff that he does such a great job. And I know we say it every week that Tristan is all over the place. People chiming in on the Max Twin City Recycling text line as we close out the hour, including our guy Randy in Urbana. He says, I'm from Oregon, and the USC band is the most annoying sound on earth.
It's, oh my gosh, it is.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I space for a second? Did Robert say the band is coming here?
Yeah, they're going to be here. Yeah, the USC band is going to be with the that section on, was it the east side? Yeah, on the east side of the stadium where the visitors will be. USC travels pretty well, but again, it's been 30 years since they tried. Dang it. You know what? Maybe you can steal a couple of drumsticks or something.
We better show up and show out to drown that band out because they are awful. So annoying.
You know, you would think being in Los Angeles, which is one of the music capitals of the world, you would think they would have some better musicians in that band. Maybe it's not the students. Maybe it's not their band. Maybe it's the band director. Maybe that's the problem.
I'm just saying, the band, like the performances, the talent is not bad. It's just they play. You're going to hear the same song every first down. It's. I mean, it's just as like, oh, my head wants to explode.
From the 217, I swear Illinois is so damn nice to opposing teams, like overly nice. You know, I've had that same thought. I remember A few years ago, Illinois was playing Wisconsin, and there was this nice little package that they put together for Big Cat from Barstool Sports and how he was like a distinguished alumni from Wisconsin. It's like, why are we showing this on the Jumbotron right now? Why
Yeah, I know that it's because this 217 texter right before that said, why do we allow that? No one else hardly allows that. I think it's got to be like a pretty unique situation. I know that
Are you serious right now? You did not do that.
I did it again.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
No, they are.
He did a yawn
They
in the
are.
middle of his thought.
The Marching Illini have traveled to quite a few different schools, so I don't know what the concept, the idea, other than like, we want an awesome atmosphere. I don't know what that is. Would I like the USB band to not be there? Absolutely.
The USB band.
No, that's better than USC.
You know what band I want there?
The USC band of minus.
That's
band.
what I want there. I want the band of brothers to be there, sir.
It's gonna be rough. I also see this 217 texter said earlier. We missed this while we were talking to Robert. Seriously though, if we beat USC and lose to Ohio State but win out from there, would that be playoffs?
You're back in that discussion.
You're 10-2 with